What up, everybody? Welcome to the Friday episode of the Stack Sats Show. Sorry I was a little bit late. I was watching the Edward Snowden presentation at Bitcoin Magazine's Bitcoin conference. I paused it. I'll finish it after the show. We're going to do a quick stack today because I want to finish watching that. And also, it's time to get started on the weekend, okay? I know we like to come on here, watch all the Bitcoin content, get all into arguments with people online, but you also got to remember to chill and take some time away from the computer. Round of applause and shout out from the live studio audience for Paul. Good to see you, Paul. Hope you're having a good week. Hope you had a great week, and I hope your weekend's even better. So, let's get the show popping with a little, set strength. Today, the price of Bitcoin is $67,490.56. You can buy 1,481 Satoshis for a single penny. I'm sorry, for a single dollar. Holy, I was like, wow, that's on discount. For a single dollar. What does that mean? What is a Satoshi? A Satoshi, we call them sats for short. A Satoshi is a fraction of a Bitcoin. Just like a dollar is made up of 100 cents, a Bitcoin is made up of 100 million Satoshis. So don't look at the price of Bitcoin and say, oh my God, it's too expensive. There's no way I can afford one. I'd have to save a bunch of money to get Bitcoin. No. You don't save up to buy Bitcoin. You save in Bitcoin, right? You can buy it a little at a time. Like I said, $1 will get you 1,481 Satoshis today. Say you're walking down the street minding your own business. You look down, you see a penny, you pick it up, and all the day, that one penny could be sold for, could be traded for, could be exchanged for 14.82 Satoshis. I'd rather watch a show than the the Snowden presentation started off pretty good, so I'm looking forward to that one. Most of the rest of the stuff on the BTC on the Bitcoin conference has been kind of like political, right? And let's talk about that for a little bit since we're on the topic. Okay, so that's the sat strength. Okay, real quick before we jump into why we stack. Okay, the conference right now. It's very like, I don't know. It's like, it feels like, to me, it feels like people are trying to get like politicians to get on board. It's like, you don't need politicians to get on board, right? The politicians that were able to get on the stage so far, they're talking about like rules of the road and Bitcoin friendly laws, right? But like, it's still laws and more rules, right? We don't need their stupid rules. That's the whole point of Bitcoin, right? We don't need their rules. We don't need their permission to use Bitcoin. So don't get caught up in that. I like the way Edward Snowden opened up his presentation with yeah, you can, right? But don't make that your religion. Don't make that your cult, right? If whoever you decide to vote for, right? Make them work for you, right? Don't jump into their cult and make that your identity, okay? Anyway, so thanks, Paul. Thanks for all the love, dude. Love you guys too. Love you too, Paul. Thanks for jumping on here. And I know you're watching the replays and you're chatting and you leaving a comment afterwards. It's like much appreciated, right? It lets me know that there's more people watching, even when the viewer count is low. I understand there's people still watching the replays, so I try my best to give you guys pure Bitcoin signal and unadulterated, curse free. I don't have anything against you guys cursing. I just don't like to curse on the stream, right? Shill free, no poop coins. No yield products, no trading. Okay, that's what you're gonna get here consistently, always. Okay, so round of applause from the live studio audience for Carlos. What up, Carlos? Good to see you in there. I saw you in the chat. I saw you earlier. DCA to BTC. Carlos and I were starting a side dance party during the Bitcoin conference in the chat. All right, so let's get back on topic and jump into why we stack. All right, simple. We're going to keep it super simple today, super short. because I want to get outside and start the weekend with the boys. Maybe we're taking boogie boarding today. I don't know. Why do we save in Bitcoin? Let me tell you why I save in Bitcoin. I save in Bitcoin because I know that the value I work so hard for in my job, in my business, the profits, your salary, if it's held in paper money, it's losing purchasing power, which is the same as if you're getting your pay cut. Okay? But when I save in Bitcoin, when I convert the profits from my business into Bitcoin, use Bitcoin as my treasury reserve for my business and for my personal money or value, that value is multiplied. It's gaining purchasing power. Okay? And what is that value? What does that value represent? It represents me being able to spend time with my family, to raise my kids, to interact with my kids more, to take them out and do things, right? It represents time that I don't have to spend working a second job or a second job in an Uber on the side just to stay afloat, right? If you're on the Bitcoin standard, life is getting cheaper every day. Life is getting easier. You'll be able to work less and less hours over time as the purchasing power of your stack increases. Okay? When you work and save in paper money, you're trying to swim up a waterfall. And the waterfall is the banks issuing debt in the form of the banks printing money in the form of issuing debt, the government printing money in the form of whatever, stimulus checks or tax breaks, right? That money they're creating has to get value from something. And that value usually comes from the rest of the existing supply. Okay? When you have a pizza and you cut more slices into that pizza, it doesn't give you more pizza. It just gives you more slices. Okay? But it doesn't make more pizza. Okay? You have to think of it that way. Okay? When the pizza comes out, Carlos, Paul, myself, and let's say Leonard was in here too. There's 4 of us, right? There's 8 slices of pizza. We're each gonna get 2 slices each. Cool. 2 slices of pizza won't fill me up, but it'll hold me over for a while. Okay. Let's say J-Dub comes in, and we have another person, and we gotta give him some pizza too, right? So instead of ordering another pizza, we cut the pizza a little bit more, and now everybody's pizza is considered 2 slices, but it's really 1 slice cut in half, and we give J-Dub 2 slices, and we're all feeling like, hey, I'm still kind of hungry. Even though I had 2 slices of pizza, I still feel kind of hungry, right? And you keep slicing the pizza up as more people show up, and then you're going to feel really hungry, right? That's what's happening to the money, okay? And the way you get out of that system is real simple. You buy Bitcoin, you save in Bitcoin, right? You take custody of that Bitcoin, and you get back to whatever it is you do to make money. Business, your work, your whatever, and you work a little extra, and you stack a little harder, and you stack, you choose your date, you choose your frequency, daily, weekly, monthly, you choose your amount, and you stack sats regardless of the price. Because in the end, when the price goes up and down, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that your Satoshi count goes up. All right? So that is why we stack. And to make it real brief and quick, if you're watching this and you want to just hit that elevator pitch and your friends tell you, what's this big deal about Bitcoin? What's so big about Bitcoin? And you say this. Let me tell you why I save in Bitcoin. Because saving in Bitcoin is like traveling back in time and giving yourself a perpetually increasing retroactive raise for the hours you've already worked for as long as you hold the Bitcoin that represents those hours. Okay? Life gets easier on Bitcoin, guys. That's just the straight facts. Okay? So, that said, that is why we stack. I ran out of music, but that's why we stack. Oh my gosh. Whoa, I got blurry. Hello, camera. There it is. And we're back. So, let's throw a little chill music in the background while we talk. Ooh, Pretty chill. Okay. All right. Whew. It's hot today. I was able to go do the early class in jiu-jitsu today. My neck got a little tweaked, but overall I feel good. I feel good. What are you guys working on? What are your hobbies right now? What's one thing besides Bitcoin that you're stacking? Like, for example, I'm stacking jiu-jitsu classes. I'm doing 3 classes a week. Slow and steady. What are you stacking today besides Bitcoin? Stacking should be a competition. That's right. Are you guys watching the Olympics? Oh, when do the Olympics start? I think I'll watch it just for the sake of watching it. Maybe I'll watch the judo. I like the judo. I like the fencing. I like the wrestling. Speaking of wrestling, oh cool. All right, I'll wait. It's your birthday tomorrow? Chee! Happy birthday, Carlos. Recently, guys, I've been watching. I know it's gonna sound a little weird, right? But I've been watching sumo wrestling. It's called like Grand Sumo in Japan, and they do like a tournament every month, and the tournaments last for about 12 days, 13 days. And I don't know, it's just entertaining to me. Look it up next time you don't have anything to do if you're bored. It's pretty interesting. It's called Grand Sumo, and it'll say like Grand Sumo Day 1, Grand Sumo Day 2, and they do like they don't do the whole tournament, but they do just the matches. So I don't know. It's pretty entertaining. I like to watch. It's crazy. Anyway, all right. Let's get into the next segment. Here we go. Oops, there it is. Stack recap. Because we don't only talk about stacking sats here Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific. No, sorry, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. We actually sit here and buy Bitcoin every day, every weekday. Okay. Here's our proof of stake, our proof of stack time. We started stacking May 22nd, 2023, when Bitcoin was at $27,360. And the plan back then was to stack $5 a day, Monday through Friday, $10 a day when the price of Bitcoin was below our average buy price, and $20 when the price of Bitcoin was lower than our lowest buy. Okay, those rules are the same, but the base number has changed to $20. Today, we're stacking $20 a day, Monday through Friday. $20 when the price of Bitcoin is above our average buy price of $59,000 for the 2024 year. $40 when the price of Bitcoin is below our average buy price. And was it $80 when the price of Bitcoin is below our lowest purchase price of 2024, which was $39,237. Okay, yeah, those $80 that we bought back then at the beginning, in the middle of January, have basically appreciated to $136. Pretty cool, right? So far in 2024, we've saved $4,017.47 into Bitcoin, and that stack is worth about $4,900 for a gain of we'll call it 22%, right? But again, I mentioned this before. These numbers are just an illusion, right? I don't care if this number goes up or down, as long as this number keeps going up, and that's the amount of Satoshis I have under my control. Okay? All right. For the whole lifespan of the show, all of our purchases are here. I made most of these purchases online during a stream. So this is straight up proof of stack. Straight up proof of stack. We are, since the beginning of the show, we are 61% up. Okay. We've saved $7,521.98 so far on the show during our live streams. And today that stack of 18 million Satoshis is worth $12,178 in paper money. Okay, but we don't care about paper money. All we care is that the Satoshi count goes up. This number here represents the 100 stacks challenge that we did last month or a couple months ago. Before we started before the halving and it went through the halving. That is still, oh, we're at plus. We're in the plus. We're in the plus side. It's at 0.70%. So 0.7%. We basically bought Bitcoin consistently for 100 days without skipping a day. Depending on the date, depending on the number on the list, you buy that amount of Bitcoin. So on the 22nd day, you buy $22 worth of Bitcoin. On the 60th day, you buy $60 worth of Bitcoin. And then it's a good way to gamify saving in Bitcoin. So basically, we saved about $5,100 because I accidentally bought multiple days at a higher number. And the value of that is up by $35. Still good, right? Anyway, that's where these sats come from on our main sheet. These right here. It's the 100 stacks challenge amount. And these sats come from the latest project that we're doing right now, which is called the Operation Flipping Sats. Okay, Operation Freeing Sats. Basically, I have a bunch of stuff that I have listed on OfferUp. And as I sell those things, I am immediately buying Bitcoin with those proceeds. So, for example, I sold my sewing machine. Don't even ask. I sold the sewing machine on the 1st, and for $80, and I bought the good old German dip. I bought Bitcoin at 54,150. Now that $80 income turned into $100 since the 1st. Pretty wild, huh? And then I had this old Pelican case. I sold it for $93, bought Bitcoin at 56,000, and now that Pelican case, it's as if I went back in time and sold it for $111 instead. Huh? Same thing with these are some boxing gloves, some Muay Thai gloves. I sold them for $40, and I bought when Bitcoin was at 67,948, so a little bit higher than it is now. So that's why it's showing a loss, but who cares? All I care about is that I turned those boxing gloves that weren't doing anything but take up space. I turned those things into 58,309 Satoshis. So all the proceeds from the Operation Flipping Sats so far are right here, and those are accounted for here. And now our overall stack for the show, with all the methods we've been using to accumulate more Bitcoin, add up to 0.259634601 Bitcoin. That is the stack recap for the show, the in-depth version. What up? McLovin in the house. Round of applause from the live studio audience for McLovin. Hey, did you guys watch Michael Saylor's presentation at the Bitcoin conference 2024? That was good. It was good. It was awesome. All right, so let's I've been on there all morning just talking smack to all the poop coiners, and anyway shout out if I see you guys in there. I think I saw Carlos in there. Carlos and I were having a dance party. For me was another Saylor speech that, yeah, like you can fill a bingo card. Yeah, right? It's so good. All right. So now that we know where we stand, how much Bitcoin we have on the show, and guys, let me stop for a second here, guys. Okay? Look. The reason I'm showing the purchases, the reason I'm showing the spreadsheet is not that I'm trying to flex on anybody, because I know 0.25 Bitcoin is not that much, right? My goal here, and the reason why we started counting again 2024 individually on its own sheet, there it is, right, is because this is supposed to serve as an inspirational thing, a demonstration, a real life, 100% authentic example of what happens if you DCA to BTC, baby. DCA to BTC. It's not just a hit track, okay? It's a way of life, okay? It's going to make your life easier. Thanks, McLovin. These guys are awesome. 0.25 is way more than most people. That's true, Paul. That's true. But next year, we're going to put in the 2025 sheet, right? And in that 2025 sheet, we're going to start from scratch, right? We're going to start from scratch, and maybe we're buying Bitcoin $20 a day, and Bitcoin is, I don't know, 100,000, right? Or over 100,000, right? Because according to that simulation in our that Carlos put in our Discord server, we have 96 days until Bitcoin goes to 100K. All right. Hey, I'm just a guy on the internet. Don't believe me. McLovin, can you imagine when the Stack Sats show is able to buy a house for 0.25 Bitcoin? That's crazy, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right. Let's keep the show rolling. We have a good pace right now, and it's flowing smoothly. Let's get into, we know how much Bitcoin we're going to buy. We know that this isn't a flex. This is supposed to be inspirational, okay? You can start with $5 a day, $10 a day, $20 a week, okay? Whatever you feel comfortable with. Here's the other thing, right? Whatever, only hold as much. People will say, "Oh, invest like 1 or 2%." Like on the conference, they're like, "Oh, invest 1 or 2% of your portfolio." I'm like, weak hands, right? Only keep as much paper money as you're comfortable with getting debased on. Right? That's real. Okay, that's real. All right. So let me do the actual stack for today, because there's nothing else left to do. But it's time to stack some sats. All right. Oops. Sorry. I cut the track. I thought I was cutting the drum roll. Where is it? There I am. All right, boys. Today, I'll be stacking once again over on the Strike app. Strike's been good to me. Remember, guys, if you're still stacking on Swan recently let go of a bunch of employees, and who knows what their situation really is. So if you have sats, if you have any Bitcoin on Swan, practice what we teach here, which is to get your sats off the exchange. Not a dig at Swan specifically, but you should have your sats off the exchange as soon as possible. Okay, as soon as possible. Here we go. Yeah, my band is on cue, right? We're buying $20 worth today, $20 worth of Bitcoin. It's queued up. It's ready to go. Let's kill the music and start the drum roll. Here we go. Going. And just like that, we stacked another juicy stack of sats. And we turn on the chill music, because after we stack, we chill. And while I'm updating the spreadsheet with today's buy, feel free to ask questions. Feel free to make comments in the chat. Much appreciated. And if you haven't already, do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I'm here to help. Our audience is still small. I have time, and I'm willing to help you get started on your Bitcoin journey. If you have any questions about how to set up a wallet, anything that you need help understanding within the Bitcoin network, how it works, how mining works, how wallets work, how multi-sig works, I'm here to help as a resource. I'm not charging anything. I just want people to not make a mistake in their Bitcoin journey and get turned off to it. Okay. There's a ton of videos out there, a ton of books, a ton of resources that you could probably figure out on your own, but sometimes it just clicks a little bit easier when somebody can coach you through something. Okay. But yeah, so hit me up if you ever need help with any kind of Bitcoin stuff through our Discord server. !Discord in the chat will give you a link so you can join it. I'm gonna put it up real quick. Oh, I wonder if it works in caps. Hey, Paul, you got to work and you're doing the right thing, right? Especially if you're stacking, because your work, the extra time that you're putting in that work is going to get multiplied. And the more you stack sooner, the sooner you'll get to your freedom date. Right? We went over that yesterday. So it's really good. It's like you're making all of the effort, you're making the sacrifices to work extra, right? And you're actually completing the if we're talking football, you're actually completing the touchdown, right? You're getting all the way into the end zone, because rant time. Because when you're working your butt off, you start a business, you do whatever, you listen to Gary Vee, right? And he tells you to hustle your butt off. I love that, right? But no matter how much you work, no matter how hard you work, how well educated you get, how good of a job you have, if you're saving in paper, you're still losing. So all of your hard work and dedication and struggle is for nothing, right? But Paul, you're doing it the right way. You're stacking hard, and that's even more inspirational to you, I would imagine, to show up to work and stay that extra hour, because you know that extra hour that you're doing today, right? That you're going to be getting a continuously increasing raise in perpetuity. And not only that, a retroactive raise for that extra hour you already worked for as long as you hold that Bitcoin. That's why I love that statement. It's so dense, right? Whereas if you're just holding onto that cash in your checking account, your savings account, it's like you're going back in time and giving yourself a perpetually decreasing retroactive pay cut for the hours you've already worked. That's exactly what it is. Okay. All right. Sorry. I'll take it easy. All right. So that is all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Stack Sats Show. The weekend is here. Go out there, enjoy the sun if you have access to it. I mean, if you're not in a cloudy city or a rainy city. Either way, go outside, get some fresh air. I want to leave you guys with some inspirational words. You know, like I feel that most of you guys in here already are doing the right thing. You guys understand Bitcoin, right? Yeah. Just be nice. Just be good to each other, I guess. Just be good. Okay? And let me turn on this music here so I can sign us off. Wow. It's been a great week. Positive week. Let's keep the momentum going through the weekend. Stay positive. Keep stacking. If you got to work, you got to work. You know what you got to do, right? If you have the time off, get some time off. Get outside, do something you love. That's a good way. Do something you love. I'm going to go hang out with my boys. They're little guys. They still think I'm the coolest thing. So I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to go take them boogie boarding. It's going to be a blast. The waves are up today. Catch some tasty waves this weekend. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys next week on Monday. But until then, remember, if you ain't stacking, you're slacking. Later, guys.